Welcome to today's guided practice session. That's 2 weeks in a row. My name's Adam Maness, and today we're practicing a very cool tune from the great trumpeter Roy Hargrove. This has become somewhat of a jam session tune for a lot of younger musicians. A lot of folks know this tune. It's called Strasbourg Saint-Denis. It's from his incredible album Ear Food, and also made famous from a live DVD that since blew up on YouTube. Just an incredible tune. It's just a catchy, funky, groovy tune. And the melody is really, really simple, but really, really fun. And we can glean a little bit about how maybe Roy Hargrove thought about these kinds of tunes and these kinds of changes, because he certainly keeps the same vibe from the melody through his solo, as does every member of the band. And it's very, very effective. So let's just bring up the A section of Strasbourg Saint-Denis right now. Here it is. And I have a fairly simple sketch here. I don't have a lot of room on my screen, so I just kind of kept it simple. None of the cool hits, but I'll be providing some accompaniment for you today, so we'll do cool hits, no doubt, no doubt. But let's just have a look here at the melody. You know, if you don't know the tune, it's a groovy tune that's laid down something like this. That's kind of the bedrock of what's happening, a backbeat underneath that. And then the horns play this really simple but super happening melody. And that sounds like this. Almost got it. So the first thing we want to do is really break down what's going on here melodically, because this isn't like a bebop tune, although Roy hints at some bebop in his solo at certain places. But what's going on here with the melody? So this is the key of A flat, by the way. We don't have A flat till the second to last bar. It starts on the 2 chord, right? And it goes up on the 3 to the 4, and then just this little, which sometimes, and kind of every other time, the bass player really leans on the C instead of the F over the F7. And then the melody is all based off of the A flat major pentatonic scale. Right? So these are all, the A flat major pentatonic scale is the root, the second, the third, the fifth, and the sixth of A flat, right? A flat, B flat, C flat, E flat, and F. Now, one of the cool things that we can get here from Roy is something that we're going to practice in a very deliberate way today with this tune. And notice how he rocks back and forth on a couple of notes on this melody. Right? So this is F, right? And notice just that first four notes, right? And then he does it again down here around B flat. So if you think about F and B flat are kind of target notes here. That is going to be the first thing that we'll work on outside of the melody. But just notice that he's just kind of rocking, like he starts a note above F, goes to F, below F, and then back to F. And then he does the same thing on B flat, above B flat, to B flat, below B flat, and back to B flat. So that's one thing we can clue on. A, to learn the melody, but B, something that we can actually work into some etudes and exercises to help us get around this pentatonic scale and sort of think about it in a new way. So it's not just a linear up and down thing, something we can work into our improvisation right away. And we have the added benefit of it sounds a lot like the melody. So just really slowly here. take the melody. I'll have the chords and everything else. You just take the melody. Let's just get it in our hands so that we can hear how this sounds. Try it by yourself. One more time. Just nice and slowly. So there it is. There's the melody nice and slow. What we want to do is get that figure into our hands in the most solid way possible so that when we go to improvise, we have that melody very, very clearly. If not, then you're just kind of playing over changes. You're not really playing a tune. So let's give that a go. We'll still do it a little bit under tempo. Right around here. Right here. Let's go right on it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Again. Just the melody. Keep going. Getting it to tempo. Okay, so we have that melody, and we're not going to go on to the... Although I encourage you, if you don't know this tune, go listen to the whole thing several times. It's going to make your day. If it's a nice sunny summer day, this is going to make it. So we have the melody. We can play it. It's very, like I said, simple, repetitive. It's the same line, a few variations. And then if you're doing piano and you want to do all these hits that I'm doing, those are kind of the hits on the record. Although they mess with it a little bit as it goes on, which is super hip. Okay, so what can we take away from this? Well, as I said, we have this rock back and forth in the melody. This is such a cool way to think about a pentatonic scale, right? It's taking a shape from the pentatonic scale or a target note and working it through. So before we even start improvising over these changes, and I kind of lay out how I think we can approach these changes, let's just take this A-flat pentatonic scale, right? Let's take it 16th notes. So again, the A-flat major pentatonic scale, the root, the second, the third, the fifth, and the sixth, right? So let's just take it and do this shape around each note going up and going back down. So around A-flat, it starts on B-flat, right? And we have the ninth, the root, the sixth, and back to the root, right? We're rocking from above, then we hit our target, which is A flat, and then below it on the pentatonic scale and back up. And then let's do it to the next note, to the B flat. We start on C, right? Just going up the A flat major pentatonic scale. But this is the same process of this melody. That idea of like rocking up and down on one of these. So if A flat is our target, we start on the tone above on the A flat major pentatonic scale, the B flat, and then go to the tone below, the F, and then land on our target. Our target right there in the middle. Let's try it. Let's go up an octave, starting with A flat as our target. Go all the way up to from A flat to A flat, and then let's go back down. 1, 2, da 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 da. Back down. Not finish with a little thing like that. Let's do it again. That same thing. We're just taking this little figure up and down. 2, da 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 da. Back down. Just end with a nice little E flat dominant 7 to an A flat major 7. So that exercise, right, of taking some information from a tune, from the melody of a tune, and then starting to work it through some patterns over the same scale is super beneficial. Let's do it a little bit faster. A little bit closer to the tempo that we'll actually play on this. 1, 2, da 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 da. Let's go 2 octaves. 2 octaves. Keep going. Down. That's good. Let's do that again. 2 octaves was great because we can go all the way up and down, really get a sense. Again, we're just surrounding each tone of the A flat major pentatonic scale, just like Roy does here with the melody. Really focusing on each tone. So we start from the tone above it, our target, then we hit the target, and the tone below it, and then we hit the target. So it's just like a little rock up and rock back. Let's try it again. 1, 2, da 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 da. One more time. 1, 2, da 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 da. 2 octaves. Back down. Last one. Okay, so we have this now. We have this idea of rocking back and forth. And we really have something that we can take from the melody, and now we've already expanded it past what is on the melody, but in a way that is actually really, really true to the tune. Like, we're not doing anything out of the ordinary. We're actually taking some themes from the melody from Roy Hargrove himself and just moving them around. Now, let's practice playing the melody, and then let's take it to a solo section. So the whole every soloist on the recordings of this tune just plays over this form that we have here, right? This is just the only form. It's a little vamp with that little tag on the end where it finally resolves to A flat on the fourth time. So what are they doing when they solo? Each member of the solo, we're talking about Gerald Clayton and Roy on the video from Paris. What are they doing on that? Well, mostly they're sticking with this A flat major pentatonic scale sound, especially over the first 3 times. They are not, for the most part, doing something like Dorian, like bebop, a ton of bebop enclosures. They're really staying like locked in to this groove and really over that A flat pentatonic. Some D flats in there, some fourths, They're using some of these themes. Right, so the changes, like you don't have to spell out the changes like you would if this was Donnelly. That doesn't sound good. It just doesn't. What we can do is use this A flat major pentatonic scale with the melody in mind. Right? Using that A flat major pentatonic scale keeps us sort of centered around A flat. Now, what you'll often hear each of the soloists do then is once you get to that E flat 7, right, then especially Roy really leans on his brilliant use of bebop language. Like, even he'll do like an altered scale thing on the F7. Like, you can really use that resolution, right? When we finally go 5-1 at the end, use that then to switch it up from the A flat major pentatonic scale. But as we do this, maybe play the melody twice, right? We'll go 2 times through with just the melody. I already kind of worked on the melody, so it should be right there at your fingertips. And then we go into the solo, focus on that A flat major pentatonic scale and focus on trying to do that same. Like, see if you can work in that rock up and down that we worked on into that. And then, occasionally you'll hear one of the soloists break into like an F7 altered scale over the F7, but you don't necessarily have to do that all the time. Then when we get to the E flat 7, that's a perfect time to switch it up in some way. It could be like a bebop thing, a la what Roy was doing, or it could be your own modern thing or some kind of out thing, or maybe the blues. But that resolution to the 5 to the 1 is the perfect opportunity to just get out of the major pentatonic sound. Let's try it, shall we? It's just an easy way. So that's the thing too, is like the first time you play this, if you haven't heard it, you might try to play these as changes, right? All Dorian, and it's just not the vibe of the tune. Listen to the tune, and the soloists are all just like really staying simple in that pentatonic sound. So you do that. Let's try it. Where were we here? So let's do 2 times through the melody. It's a nice tempo. Let's try there. 2 times through the melody, and then let's just vamp it and use what we've learned today, this major pentatonic, right, with this shape of up and down and back to get what we need to get. And then don't forget, when we get to that E flat 7, when we resolve to the 1 every time, switch it up. Do maybe some kind of half hold diminished or some kind of bebop thing to really just switch it out of that major pentatonic mode. Let's try it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and Second time on the melody. Now's your solo. A flat pentatonic. Don't forget that shape where we're rocking back and forth. Try it on different tones of the pentatonic scale. And then here on this E flat, a little bebop. To switch it up in some way. Keep going. One more time on the solo. One more time. All right, let's go back to the head. Back to the head. 2 times out. One more time. Here we go. Strasbourg Saint-Denis, an amazingly simple but super fun and soulful tune to play. And I hope you gained some insight there into how these masters like Roy Hargrove and Gerald Clayton approached composing this melody and then composing their solos using this very simple approach. But there's a lot you can do. And this is just one shape. And I encourage you, when you learn tunes, to like pay attention to these kind of things about how they're structured. You know, there's a very specific thing that's going on there, and it's very thoughtful. It's a reason why it feels so good. So I'm happy to practice that with you today. Thank you very much for your work today. Hey, tonight, Peter Martin and I are listening to this at our live listening sesh. We're listening to the entire Earfood album, so come check it out with us. Hear this for yourself again. Yeah, thanks very much, everybody. I'll be back on Friday for some cool phrasing practice. I have some cool ways to practice phrasing in your improvisation. So until then, happy practicing. Thanks, everybody. Have a great Tuesday, Colleen. Honky Monkey. Thank you, that non-compete lawyer. Thank you, Pedro. Thanks for your practice, everybody. Thank you, Joyce. Chris. Right on, everybody. Thanks, Giles. Thanks, Noriko. Enjoy this. Super fun, right? Awesome, folks. Cool, cool, cool. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. Enjoy your day. I'll see you tonight.